Hello everyone, I'm José Verdu Díaz, developer of the MYO-Guide web platform and the machine learning models. In this video, I will give you an introduction to the web platform and how to use the different applications we offer. The cover page is the entry point for the platform. It offers the essential information about the project as well as links to the rest of the content and tools. In the About section, you will find a quick overview of the project, a map of all collaborating sites, and some information about the founders of the project. Further down in the About section, you will find a list of the organizations and the people behind the project. The Newcastle University, the John Welton Center, the MYO-Guide team with a link to detailed list of all the team members, the MYO-Guide consortium, again with a link to detailed list of all collaborators, and MyShare, a partner platform dedicated to sharing MRIs. Further down, you will find the contact section with our physical and our email address, as well as a link to our Twitter, YouTube, and GitHub. In the documentation, you will find in-depth information about the project, the platform, and all different tools. The information is divided into three sections: About, the Diagnosis tool, and the Changelog. In the About section, you will find the history of the project, a list of all collaborators, a list of the different applications we are working on and we are offering, some information on how to get an account, a list of all people involved in the project, and some papers you can use in case you want to cite MYO-Guide. In the Diagnosis tool section, you will find everything relevant to the diagnosis model. Summary: the diagnosis tool is a machine learning based pipeline for diagnosing neuromuscular diseases using MRI. The tool takes as an input the Mercury score. The Mercury score is a semi-quantitative scale to measure the degree of fat infiltration in muscle. The score goes from 0, meaning healthy muscle, to 4, meaning completely or almost completely replaced muscle. You can find more information about the Mercury score and how to use it in this video, which I will leave linked in the description below. It's also important to note that the tool will always try to assign one of the supported diagnoses, which you will find here. In case you provide information about a patient that has a different diagnosis, the tool will just try to assign one of these diagnoses. Finally, in the changelog, you will find a list of all the possible versions of MYO-Guide. We are currently in the version 0.5.0, and you can find the history of all the different features we've been adding and removing. To register in MYO-Guide, you will need to send us a mail to this mail address here. You will only need to provide your name and your affiliation. To use the diagnosis tool, you will first need to be registered. Now, right now I'm logged in. I will log out to give an example. You will need to click on diagnosis. You will be asked to log in, so you enter your credentials and you log in, and you will get access to the diagnosis tool. It's very important to note that the diagnosis tool is just a research tool, and we cannot guarantee the accuracy of the predictions. The results of the tool should always be evaluated by a professional, and they should be contrasted using different tests. The tool is divided into three sections: the toolbar up here, the muscle diagrams panel, and the score table. In the muscle diagram panel, you have an interactive set of images representing the axial slices of a muscle MRI. The slices are divided into three sections: pelvis, thigh, and calf. And for each section you have multiple slices, which you can navigate using these buttons here. You can increase or decrease the mercury score of each muscle by hovering the muscle with the mouse and scrolling up or down. Each muscle can have six different values. A missing value by default, which is represented by an outline, a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can score all different muscles by navigating one by one and scrolling up or down, and you can change the color scheme of these muscles using the color map dropdown. When you change the scores, you will have the scores automatically updated on the table on the right. If you don't have a mouse and you cannot scroll on the muscles, you can also click on the muscle. An input box will open here. You will be able to enter the scores manually. On the toolbar, you also have a button which will link you to the documentation about the diagnosis tool, a button for downloading the scores, a button for uploading the scores, and the file which can be uploaded must follow the same format as the downloaded one, a button for clearing all of the scores, and a button for putting a 0 on all of the scores. Once you finish scoring the MRI, you can submit the information to the server and you will get back the results. On the result page, you will find, first of all, the most possible diagnosis, a list of all possible diagnoses, and the probability of each diagnosis. You can also download the results here in a JSON or CSV format. It's very important to note that the results you are seeing right now correspond to a healthy patient with all scores set to 0, and that consistent and correct scores are required to obtain reliable results. While the model supports missing scores, the reliability of the model will drop down if there are a lot of scores missing. Also note that the model can be confidently wrong, meaning that the model can be wrong even if the top diagnosis presents a 95% possibility, and that the model can also be unconfidently correct. This means that a high probability could still lead to incorrect results. MYO-Guide is possible thanks to all the collaborators who contributed with data, and we are working to improve the model every day. If you have genetically confirmed patients and you're interested in improving MYO-Guide, don't hesitate in contacting us.